Hey, Tony, thanks for joining us. For those of you who are watching this short video, today I'm here with Tony, and Tony is the Managing Director for Outsourced HR Solution, a Philippines-based outsourcing company. And so why am I sharing this video with you here today, and why am I interviewing Tony? Well, the reasons are because I have a great passion and desire to help businesses within Australia to be able to be more profitable, be more successful, be more productive, and keep their good employees and really run a robust, successful business. And one of the things that I am seeing as a business consultant and sales trainer, and in my capacity working with businesses at all levels, I can see that there is a important opportunity for Australian businesses to take advantage of outsourcing a variety of their in-house services, which Tony's going to go into, and their in-house responsibilities. But I'm going to hand it over to Tony, and we're going to answer all those questions in this short interview. So thank you, Tony, for joining us. What I'm going to jump in and ask you is, why did you create your, I'm going to call it your acronym, OHRS. What was the reason for moving to the Philippines and creating this company?
Well, firstly, thank you, Trevor, for your time today. It's a pleasure being engaged with you on this video.
Pleasure.
Yeah, that's a good question. Why did we create it? Well, my partner in Australia, he's been dealing with small, medium, and large businesses now for over 30 years. And every day he comes across businesses that are actually looking to grow. The challenge is that with the high salaries that you have in Australia, it's a bit challenging for people to grow in this economy, actually. So what we did is we came up with a solution, and which is outsourcing.
Yeah, okay, great. And so with that goal and objective, and I'm going to ask the question in a slightly loaded way, which is, why are smart businesses embracing the services, an outsourcing service such as yourself?
Well, there's two main reasons. The first one is they want to grow their business and maybe are stuck, as I said before, with the high salaries. And the other one is obviously it makes them more profitable. They make more money.
Yeah, well, that's I suppose what's on everyone's mind, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And what can be outsourced, Tony?
Wow, there's a lot of things that can be outsourced, and a lot of people haven't even thought about the opportunity. Anything back office related where you're not face to face with a client can actually be outsourced. We're talking about social media, digital marketing, collections, graphic design, virtual assistant, content marketing. There's so many things. Like I said, anything where you don't have to be in front of a client could actually be outsourced.
Okay, and so jumping in there, what I know about your business and the work that you're doing with different businesses is you guys are doing things like appointment setting, some prospecting work, some lead generation work, accounting work, bookkeeping work, which I got the accounting, bookkeeping, but the lead generation, appointment setting, I think it's a very exciting opportunity for a lot of small businesses, because I know myself and for other people, that's so important to us and so often gets missed because we're so busy doing the day-to-day stuff.
And it's very time consuming.
Yes.
The guys here, one of the benefits they have is they're here all day. They sit behind a desk and they just work. So What they do is, let's say yourself, for example, wanted to target the real estate industry for some training, etc. Then what we would do is go and get all of the list of the real estate companies. They would have a look who works inside the real estate company, and then they would be able to get you an appointment with the decision maker at the level you're looking at for a training perspective.
Lovely. Well, yeah, that's great news for a lot of people that I know would be watching this video, right? Okay, so let's get down to the truth of it, because I talk to a lot of people about how they can make their business better, how they can make their team work more productively. And let's be honest, I know we've had this conversation and I've spoken to your other business partner about this. getting past this energy of, I don't want to, give up employing Australians. I don't want to, put people out of work, and, I don't want to lose my employees. But what I know is I can see that there is a different way of looking at that, I suppose, limited around outsourcing.
Actually, this question has come up before, and there's people saying we're taking away Australian jobs. But the other way to look at it also is we're actually creating Australian jobs. The small to medium-sized businesses that want to grow, I mean, if they've got a choice between I need to put on a salesperson or someone in the back office to handle the new sales coming in, I can't afford both. What are they going to do?
Yeah.
They're going to either be too busy in the back office, which means they can't do sales, and vice versa. So these smaller businesses get the opportunity to put somebody offshore at 2/3 of the price of what they would pay in Australia, which then enables them to grow the business and also maybe put somebody on the sales side that is seeing people face to face. But quite often they can't afford both.
Yeah, okay. So what I'm hearing in that is better that we can employ someone as opposed to nothing at all. And secondly, if we are utilizing outsourcing, as we've already discussed, in the right way, it's actually allowing us to keep our good current employees employed.
Exactly. And look, we've got an example here. We've got a digital marketing company who's basically grown to where they can grow to at the moment. They've actually put on a back office digital marketing person. So what that has enabled is for that person to delegate a lot of the work so they can go out and they can generate more work.
Yeah.
So generating more work means more money coming in, means more taxes are being paid, and more money is being spent into the local economy. So outsourcing actually does stimulate the local economy more than people actually realize.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I can appreciate the value in that. I would like to hear your opinion, Tony, on, what do you feel is the reality of Australian employee costs moving forward?
Well, I mean, you're a business owner, and if you wanted to put somebody on yourself, you know that you've got recruitment costs, especially if you're looking for a certain caliber of person. You've got time invested in that person. You've got high salaries, which is what we were talking about earlier. Training, not to mention you need to find an office space for them as well.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of hidden costs behind. It's not just the salary. So what I can tell you, Trevor, is that outsourcing saves you basically about 2/3 of what you would pay somebody if you're paying an Australian salary.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So I can definitely see, there's a change in mindset. How can we look at this as an opportunity and benefit to obviously run a more successful small to medium business, and also be smarter with our employment? And the reality is sometimes there is only so much cash flow, and how can we manage it more effectively and have a profitable business? So there's definitely benefits there. And I'd just like to add to that too, anyone watching this, a philosophy that someone taught me a long time ago, which has been a very helpful piece of advice to me in business and the clients that I work with, is a good amount of something that is better than a whole lot of nothing that is better. So what does that mean? It means outsourcing may not be a perfect science. However, if we're doing a little bit of something a bit smarter and a bit better, where we might have one area that is outsourced, that lowers that proportion of the business's costs, that help us make more revenue, it might not be the perfect solution, but it's definitely a whole lot of good something, as opposed to it's all too hard and do nothing at all. So that would be my little bit of advice to any of you watching this video, is if this is a door that you're looking to walk through, and we'll come back to this, but speak to Tony, find out what could be possible. No one's going to hold you to ransom that you have to do it or don't do it. But I think as a business owner, it is in your best interest to, if you don't already understand outsourcing or use it, to get educated on it, because I do believe it's going to be a pivotal part of how we will run our businesses in Australia moving forward, just like all the other things that we're now doing with online marketing, with such virtual forms of communication like this. Outsourcing will be a part of how we do business. How would you feel about just, why don't we go and do a show people what's going on out there, because I know that you have got a whole team sitting there behind you. So for anyone who hasn't seen how a professional outsourcing office runs, and I know Tony runs a professional office, so we can see the team at work, and maybe you can even introduce a couple of your team members to us.
All right, so the first thing I'd like to show, and I don't know whether you can see this very well because of the glare, but if you actually have a look through here, I've got a big window that looks into the trading area.
Yep, we can see that.
Area.
That's great. Yeah.
Right, so I'm going to walk through now.
And it's really good that you're in front of the computer, because I can hear you well.
Oh, great. Good.
And you are so handsome too.
Oh, thanks very much.
Thank you.
All right, so I'd like to introduce you to.
Hi, my name is Mark. I work for a large company in Gold Coast. It's a national company, which is quite confidential. What I do is I do social media.
Okay.
And digital for my company.
Very
So
good. Nice to meet you.
Hi, good morning. I'm Sandy. Likewise with Mark, I also work on a Gold Coast company. We're specializing in marketing services and consultation. I'm a digital marketer and a social media executive.
Very good. Nice to meet you.
Hi,
Hello.
I'm Irvin, and I'm working on Johnny's Closet site, and I'm doing the content writing and social media executive.
Very good. Nice to meet you.
Okay. So we'll just go around the other side, and we'll introduce you to the lovely Karen.
Hi, good morning. I'm Karen from Collections. How are you?
Very well, thank you. What do you do there, Karen?
I'm in collections in one of the largest company in Gold Coast.
Okay, so you are contacting people that owe the company money, is that correct?
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
So you must be very strong.
Yes, I did too.
Yeah, very good. Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. And this is the lovely April, whose birthday is in December.
Hi, I'm April. I'm one of the trade coordinator in Watercard. I was the one who set the ticket, Commonwealth ticket last time.
Very good. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
All right. And on this side, we've got Ryan.
Hi, good
Hello,
day.
Ryan.
Yeah.
What do you do, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm a sales and marketing executive. I do lead generation, market research, and
Appointments.
yeah, appointment setting.
So you do a call and you will get your clients' appointments, is that right?
No, email marketing. I do email marketing.
Okay, so you'll do the email, you'll get a response, you're the fingers and the replier, yeah?
Yes, exactly.
How have you found that so far?
Yeah, right.
Thank you.
And I have clients. right
Yeah, very
now.
good. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Next one.
Hi, good morning.
Hello.
My name is Fred. I am a appointment setter and lead generator for a company in Canberra and Sunshine Coast. As well, I transferred to Perth as well because of good feedback with appointment setting. So I actually calling prospects to different businesses in order for me to set appointments, in order for the sales manager to be with them to have a presentation.
Okay. And how have you been finding your ability to communicate with Australians? Has this been, has it been successful, challenging, maybe a combination of both?
Yeah, of course. Maybe because there have or it has challenges, of course, but I can manage myself to be trained as well. And of course, everyone is trainable here in OHRS.
Yeah, thank you. And just quickly, in relation to the type of people that you're contacting and speaking to, how have they found your responsive? How have they responded to you? Because you do have you have an Asian accent, and how's that been in general experience for you?
Yeah, basically, on my experience, you need to establish rapport with different kinds of prospects that you are calling.
Yes.
So aside from the I have an Asian accent, of course, you need to build trust to them that are giving true information, factual information. And then if they have any questions, you can directly answer that because you are knowledgeable enough with your campaign.
Yes, very good. Thank you. Well, I'm sure you're doing a good job if they are wanting you all over the country. So nice to meet you today.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi. I suppose I'm the last person who will introduce myself.
Still last.
My name is Rain, and I'm an appointment setter, lead generator, and also a virtual assistant. I do have 2 clients, so I'm working with Gold Coast.
Okay, very good. And they're keeping you nice and busy?
Yeah. So I'll be I'm calling some leads on my first client for printing, and for the second one's for office supplies.
Okay.
So what I'm doing is before I call them, I need to check first all the leads that I have, check if they have complete information, and if they don't have any information, I need to call the company itself to verify who's the owner, what's the best phone number to call, and the best email, wherein we can send some details of our products and services that we offer.
Very good. And how have you found the end result of the work that you're doing to actually get the company representatives that you represent into getting meetings and appointments?
It's okay. It's good, actually.
Have they been happy with the result?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Because if I tend to get an appointment and it's face-to-face appointment, they'll be popping out in their office. So it's there's a personal touch with it. So if they agreed on the booking or appointment that I'm going to set up, so my manager will be going there to their office and have a personal touch conversation. I believe that it's very successful.
Yes, very good.
Yeah, they will give me after that they will give me feedbacks of how's the conversation going on.
Very good. And you're enjoying the work you do?
Yeah, of course. I love OHRS. It's like we're family here. Everyone here is good, kind, of course, and fun to be with.
Yeah, very nice. Well, nice to meet you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for that, Tony. That was great to actually put some I suppose some reality into the whole world of outsourcing, because I know all of us in various ways, whether it's telemarketing or telecommunications companies, most of us are dealing with a variety of different services. Which leads me to the question, Asia and all these places where we outsource, why did you choose the Philippines?
The Philippines, well, there's several reasons actually. Firstly, the time zone is very close to Australia. In fact, Perth is on the same time zone as the Philippines. I don't know if you knew that. And Queensland is only 2 hours difference. So it's very close actually for us. The other thing is that Filipinos speak very good English, easy to understand, and they've got a slight American accent because their English, when they learn it, is with that American accent.
Yes.
And the other thing is there's a very large pool of talented and qualified people here. It's a very large population. So out of that large population, you've got a lot of people that are very highly educated.
Yeah. Well, they seem like a very nice motivated group of people, which is always good, right, to work with. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you'll notice they're not kids.
No.
They're all seasoned. They've all been working before, so every single one of them has actually been handpicked. In fact, when we get through the recruitment process, part of that recruitment process is the client in Australia will actually get involved in the last interview over Zoom, just like we're doing now. So they get to choose who they want to work with.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's good. And I would imagine that they're involved in the training and, you know, working with them to get them set up to do whatever it is that they're going to be doing for them.
Exactly. And that's one of the key points here, is making sure that they are trained well, understand what they have to do. And most of these guys are self-managed. You don't have to be talking to them every single day. You just have to make sure that they know what they need to do, and then they can manage themselves. So it's not really going to cost you more time.
We're not much longer. Thanks, Tony, and thanks everyone for watching this video. Could you share with us a couple of quick success stories, Tony, of you know, some results or outcomes for, you know, an Australian-based company that's employed, you know, the services of, you know, OHRS? Well,
I mean, you heard one from Fred. His success has actually then got him into another territory.
That's great.
From a lead generated perspective. But the two that I'd like to mention today, I've got the lead generator and appointment setter that a marketing company on the Gold Coast hired. Within the first couple of months, they actually pulled in 4 brand new ongoing contracts because of having a lead generator. And the managing directors just simply didn't have the time to sit there, generate leads, call people, make an appointment. So by offshoring this, they basically got somebody that was making appointments for them so they could go in and pitch their product. Yeah. And as a result, they signed up 4 new contracts. So they're very happy.
Wow, that's great. Yeah. And I'm assuming, and they would get that any fees that are coming to you guys for the work that you're doing and their sales revenue, you know, there's a nice big, you know, space apart.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good.
And the second one I'd like to share with you is we have an account manager sitting here. So an Australian company actually outsourced an account management position. And this has been so successful that we've actually employed another one, and they're starting on Monday.
Okay, so you can just, sorry, I didn't quite understand what that meant. So they're an Australian that they've gone there, or?
No, an Australian company got an account manager working from the Philippines.
Okay.
Which used to be an Australian role, but they outsourced it. Because the company I'm talking about actually does 2 types of things. They have face-to-face visits, and they also have back-end office management or account management.
And so that person doesn't need to really meet anyone face-to-face.
Exactly. And so it's been so successful that they're putting a second person on, and they start on Monday, which is great.
Wow, that's great. And what type of industry is that?
Oh, it's actually barter card. I can share that with you. Yeah.
Yeah, great. Yeah, well, it's a trade industry. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, very good. Well, okay, so Tony, I want to honor your time and people watching this. If someone is going to consider an outsourcing business, and we want to hope that they consider you, you know, what are 3 important things that they need to be aware of?
Okay, you need to make sure you partner with the right outsourcing company for you. So you need to do your homework, look at the reviews, read online, understand what you're getting into. And another one is be cautious of home-based outsourcing. Now, there's nothing wrong with it, but you just have to be aware of some of the pitfalls which surround home-based stuff. Firstly, they tend to have very slow internet connections. So if you're doing face-to-face video or telephone calls and things like that, your internet connection at home is usually a home internet connection. Whereas our offices run with fiber connections, so we've got very clear and very fast internet connections. So communication is often challenging with home-based staff. The other thing is they're not monitored as well. So you're not sure exactly how many hours they're really putting into your business, and are they working for another business as well?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the other thing is the motivation. Is somebody working from home as motivated as somebody gets up, get dressed, and goes to an office every day?
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said, be very clear on what it is you're looking to outsource. You know, we've had a couple of clients that have called up and they said, hey, I want to have an accountant that does digital marketing and lead generation. And they're different roles.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, different people too.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they're trying to definitely squeeze as much out of that one person as possible. Yeah, that's for sure.
You can get, let's say, a lead generator that's also a virtual assistant. So you can put a couple together, but you can't get a lead generator that's an accountant. Doesn't work.
Yeah, doesn't work. Yeah, I agree. Probably an accountant rang and asked you for that job role, I bet. Trying to keep the cost down. No offense to you accountants, we love you. Okay, so just to wrap up, Tony, if someone wants to, or when someone wants to speak to you about considering going down the path of outsourcing a particular role, as we've already discussed, what is possible to outsource, what are the steps involved? What does someone do?
Probably the easiest thing to do is just pick up the telephone. You know, so many people have got into emails and social media and that, but they've lost the art of talking to people.
Yeah, let's have a chat.
Yeah, have a chat. I've got an Australian number that calls me directly at my office.
Yeah.
Anyone is welcome to just pick up the phone and give me a buzz. If I'm here, I'll answer it. If not, I'll give them a call back.
Yeah, well, I will put all your contact details attached to this video below, and it's all there. But yeah, that's definitely a great start. So then you will have a chat to them, and then I assume, you know, you're going to go on the, you know, the diagnostic process of finding out what they're looking for and, you know, what they want to achieve. And then I would imagine you will then put a proposal together and articulate, you know, hours, time, money, so on and so forth.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Look, we're very straightforward as well, because outsourcing is going to cost you something on a monthly basis. Obviously, we want to make sure it works for you. So if you're looking to outsource something and it's not what we do, we'll be very upfront. Or we'll advise, you know, maybe you need to have a digital marketer. A lot of people like to throw the word SEO around, for example. People don't know that not every SEO is also a digital marketer.
Yeah, of course.
We sit there, we listen to what they're looking for, and then we give some advice, and then that, as you said, leads to a proposal. And then if they agree on the proposal, then what we do is we start the recruitment process off in line with getting the agreements together.
Yeah, great. And so, Tony, and then on an ongoing basis, reporting, keeping in touch, letting them know what's going on. And I assume, and I would know that you would do that well, but just so we're clear, do you drive that? You know, how do you find that process going? Well,
we're very hands-on. That's one of the benefits of having an Australian working here, is we're very hands-on. We help them with, you know, sometimes their communication, sometimes some training, and we're just there in general for when they need us.
Yeah.
But the clients actually have direct contact with their staff.
Okay.
So staff that are sitting here are like an extension of their business.
Yeah. So they can email them, talk to them.
Exactly.
Yeah. So they could really virtually imagine they're sitting in another room on a computer, but they just so happen to not be sitting in the other room.
Exactly. And because of the way communications is in fiber optics, I mean, you pick up the telephone, it's like you're sitting in the same room.
Yeah. So do you have really good internet in the Philippines?
Absolutely. We're lucky. We're based in Clark. Clark is where the second international airport is for Luzon. It's about an hour north of Manila. And here we've got 2 fiber connected suppliers. So we've got high-speed fiber optics.
But hey, look, thanks, Tony. I found that so interesting, and I'm sure any of you that are either in my Attract Clients Grow Sales program, or you're seeing this on YouTube, or we've emailed it to you, you know, if you really are serious about wanting to make your business grow, work more successfully, work more profitably, keep your good people, grow and expand, I would just highly recommend that you either just take a look at outsourcing or embrace it, because I think there is opportunity there in many, many ways. But like anything new, when you haven't done it before, it's going to seem a little clunky and a little scary. But the thing is to decide, take a look, speak to an expert, and go on that journey to have a chat and open the door. And it might start with a little bit, it might start with a lot, but I know, Tony, you will advise anyone very professionally, and I know that you get business, and you know, this is all about, as I always say, to get a return, you know, to whatever we're spending in our business. If it's going to help us achieve more, make more, well, I see it as a great investment. Do some things up front. So thank you, Tony, for your time. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to doing more work with you. And again, ladies and gentlemen who for watching this, I'll have Tony's details in this communication here. And Tony, I again really appreciate your time. You've got a great team there, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.
Great, thanks a lot, Trevor. Appreciate it.